What's going on, guys? I know it's been a while since I've posted any content. It's because I've been really busy. I just finished building this garage, my house. All three of the Jeeps fit in here, so it's pretty good. But one of the things I needed was I needed a good vise for my workbench. So I went down to the local Sears because, as most of you know, they're going out of business. Just to see what they had, and I stumbled across this. Now lately I've been shying away from buying anything with the Craftsman name on it, but this wasn't part of the tools that were for sale at the Sears. This was actually part of the store fixtures that were for sale. I guess this vise was used where they repaired lawnmowers and like snow blowers that people brought in to have serviced. So there isn't like a whole lot of use on it, and it's, judging by the number on the side, see if I can zoom in on it a little bit better. It's kind of blurry. This camera doesn't like to focus too well. Well, anyway, it's 51871, and when I looked that up online, I found out that this is actually like a Columbia vise, and it's made in USA, and judging by the way it looks, it's probably like early 90s, late 90s, somewhere around there. But it was only 50 bucks. I'll show you guys the tag. So yeah, this vise was only 50 bucks. And 50 bucks for like a 6-inch or 5.5-inch American made vise is a really good price. You'd be hard pressed to find something that's like made in USA for that price. So I scooped it up right away. It's got like a little bit of blue paint on it, and they like oversprayed it. So my plan is today just to get this thing cleaned up and looking a bit more original. The jaws seem like they're in really good shape. It doesn't look like this thing was beat on much. It more or less looks like they used it to paint stuff and like just hold things while they worked on them. This thing's a little bent down here, but I think with a little bit of heat and maybe we'll get a pipe on that or a wrench, bend it back up. I think it'll be okay. So the first thing I'm gonna do is get this a little cleaned up. We'll get some of that overspray and paint off it. Maybe we'll take the jaws off and hit it with a wire brush, and then we'll paint it up and see how it looks. So this is just some simple green. You can use this to get most of the dirt and grime off it. I would really like to get it apart, maybe, and grease the screw inside too while we're at it. Yeah, I was really sad going into Sears and seeing the store closing like that. I felt really bad for all the people that are losing their jobs. But you hear like what the CEO was doing, and it's unfortunate that those people have to lose their jobs because somebody like that got greedy. One thing I noticed in the store though, they advertised that they were having like blowout sales on tools and equipment that was left over. And a lot of the stuff that they had there, they either doubled the price or they raised it quite substantially, so that the discounts that they were having for going out of business sale were pretty much on par with what they cost in the store before they were going out of business. And I thought that was really odd. They had a gear wrench set that I actually purchased a couple months ago for 50 bucks. And it was $109 with the going out of business sale. But the going out of business sale applied 35% off, which brought the price to around $69, $70, which was more expensive than it was before anyway. I'm gonna unscrew this part now. looks pretty clean inside. I probably will add some grease to that before I put it all back together. The inside doesn't look dirty at all, so I guess what I'm going to do now is I'm probably going to start wire brushing some of this overspray off. I'm going to pull the jaws off too, so we don't get any overspray on it when we paint it. As you guys can see, for even how old this vise is, the jaws are actually in pretty good shape. So I don't think this thing saw much use at all. Alright, I'm going to give it one more quick squirt and wipe down with the simple green just to get any residue off, and then I'll start taping it up to paint it. Alright, now that I got that taped off pretty much how I want it, I'm going to give it a quick coat of paint, maybe a couple coats. We'll come back and see how it looks. Alrighty guys, so I got that all painted and looks pretty good. I'm gonna reinstall the jaws now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of anti-seize onto the screws that hold the jaws in, so that next time if I have to replace these jaws again, they should come out pretty easy. Alright, what I'm going to do before I screw this in here is I'm going to add some grease to the screw on the bottom to keep everything working good. And I know I'm going to get a million comments. That's not the right grease, you didn't use the right grease. Well, too bad. Alright, so we got some grease in there. We'll get this all screwed in and then we'll take a final look. So all in all, I think that turned out pretty good. And hopefully this vise serves me for years to come.
Great stuff. Love it.